Shalom, Yasharala. It's your baby brother Yahakarab coming at you with a quick hit. This ain't gonna be long, it's just a quick one. Just to proclaim the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let me start off by saying, Call Lahim La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Harakakodash, and double honor to the big brother and the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down and teaching, preaching the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Shalom Bayata Davadah, to the Akim and Akwat that's out there repenting and returning back to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua and repenting. Shalom to you, Mashpaka. This dude right here is a complete idiot. And I got this video off the brother Karata Zaba out of Baltimore from off his channel, The Real Apologias. And this dude right here is a complete idiot. I don't get it with these people. It's like they rooting for the heathens. It's like you done been screwed over, and now you want to root for the heathens and say, okay, when our kingdom come, they got a free pass of all their wickedness, of everything they did to us, and now they just going to live it up with us in the kingdom. I don't get it. These same backstabbers, man, haters of their own people, man. Hate your people so much, you will go against your own people and love the heathens. And then you think, what you need to be worried about is yourself. Matter of fact, before I get into these scriptures and push play, let me just read this one. Because this is what he need to be worrying about. This is what he need to be worrying about. Let's grab it. 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 13. And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Now he'll probably say that the righteous is talking about all people that's righteous. Ain't no Edomite righteous. Didn't the Most High say they will not learn righteousness? So this dude is through, man. I got a problem with people like this. When the text say what the text say what it say, but you still want to be bringing that false doctrine of these heathens and these devils into this truth, when you clearly don't got no understanding. I just want to bring out a few precepts on this jackass of what he said. Coon, don't trust nobody like this. If they rooting for heathens, get them away from you and don't be around them. Let's play it.
They were men from the east, and they ultimately came to worship God. The funny thing about this situation as well is even a wicked Edomite King Herod was trying to plot against killing Jesus, and he ultimately was saying, look, I want to come and worship Jesus. And even though he was an Edomite, he was not an Israelite, he was not rejected or said, you know what, you can't worship Jesus because you're an Edomite. The best they're going.
Now I'm going to stop right there. It was before Herod was even born. It was already prophesied of what he was going to do. It was already prophesied what he was going to do. So it wasn't he was plotting to kill Yahushua. It was already prophesied what he was going to do. So he wasn't trying to come worship Yahushua. He was trying to, because that's what the Edomite has always done. They always killed us. They always had a perpetual hatred for you. But this dude got a perpetual hatred for his own people. I don't get it with these 2/3 ass motherfuckers. They be rooting and playing with pom-poms when it comes to these heathens. Yeah, they gonna come into the kingdom with us. It ain't for them. Ain't no salvation for these heathens. It's for you, if you want it, and you go do the things that's meant for repentance. If you go do the things that's meant for salvation, it's for you. But let's go into it where it was prophesied that already that what he was gonna do, that he was gonna slay. It was already prophesied that he was gonna do that. This dude is a complete idiot. But let's go into it. Let's go into Matthew 2. Just a few precepts, just to bring out and proclaim this truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Matthew 2 and verse 1. I'm gonna start from the top. It says what? I'm gonna read it down to 8. Now, when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judah in the days of Herod the king, which is an Edomite, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star, meaning the chariot, in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes and the people together, he demanded of them where Mashiach should be. Now, why was he demanding of them where Mashiach should be? Because he wanted to kill him. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judah, for thus it is written by the prophet, and thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye find him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. Now, was his intentions to worship Yahushua? No, it wasn't. It was to kill him. Let's jump down. Jump to 12. And being warned of Yahweh, Matthew 2 and verse 12, and being warned of Yahweh in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country, meaning their own land, their own town, city, not country, their own town and city, another way. Now, what did he show them? Because you go to Job, it's going to say what? And when a man is, paraphrasing, when a man is, matter of fact, let's just go to it real quick. Job 4. Mark here. Move this shit away. Let's grab it. Now, what it say? It says, I'm going to read Job 4 and 12. Now, a thing was secretly brought to me in my ear, received a little thereof, and in thoughts from the vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth on man. So, what was the vision that he had? What was the vision that he had when deep sleep fell upon him? Let's go to Job 33 and verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, in slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealed their instructions. So what was the instructions that Yahweh gave unto these wise men? That they wasn't to go, they wasn't to go back to Herod. Don't tell him nothing. Why? Because it was already prophesied that he was going to try to kill Mashiach Yahushua. It was already prophesied. So why would they have to tell him, oh, you want to worship you're an Edomite, you can't worship? That's just a complete fucking idiot, man. Niggas hate your own motherfucking people so much you rooting for Edomites. Won't you just pray that your ass could go back into slavery and they could beat your ass again and hang your ass on the tree? Let's come down. Go back to Matthew 2 and verse 16 to 18. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem. Now, if he wanted to, let me just finish it out. Slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coast thereof, for 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Now, if his intentions was to go worship Yahushua, why would he get mad because they didn't come tell him where Mashiach was at? Why would he go to proceed to kill all our babies in our nation? Like this motherfucker sitting back worrying about if some Edomites were here, they can kill your people, but you sitting back saying that, oh, salvation is for them too, they gonna be saved. Oh, you can kill my people, salvation is still for you. With that kind of mind state, salvation, your ass ain't gonna even be saved. With that kind of thinking, man, your ass gonna be left. Straight up. Now, let's read it out. Then was fulfilled that was written, that was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted because they are not, because they was killed. Now, that prophecy was already prophesied when you go to Jeremiah 31 and 15. It was already prophesied that was going to happen. Let's go to Revelations. Let's grab Revelations 12. Revelations 12. And I'm going to start at 1, and I'm going to read down to 5 is the point pertaining to this. It says what? Now, this is a prophecy pertaining to what? Let's get it. Start at 1, the point is 5. Revelations 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, that's in reference of a damn Edomite, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. And what is that talking about? That's in reference of what? The Roman Empire, which is ran by Edomites. It's also in reference of that beast that's running this place, Babylon. The rebirth of the Roman Empire, which is also being ran by Edomites. Let's come down, 12 and 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. So what was his intentions? To slay Mashiach. But this coon right here is rooting for Edomites, saying that they get salvation. Man, they ass getting put down like a bad habit. Idiot. Let's hear him say some more stupid shit.
To say about these wise men from the east, quite clearly described in Matthew, is no, these were not Gentiles, these were not non-Israelites. These were actually true Israelites who were ultimately scattered around the world. But the only thing the Hebrew Israelite is doing there is forcing their belief into the text. You see,
why he don't get that? Why he don't get that? Let's go to a quick precept right quick. Let's go to Acts to prove it was Israelites that was scattered abroad. He don't understand. They just a bunch of dodo brains. Look, what you rooting for the heathens for? Meaning, you mean to tell me you don't want vengeance? You don't want revenge of what they did to us for hundreds and thousands of years? You don't want to get back at them? No, you just said you fuck my people that they killed. Fuck them. I just want to live with them in the kingdom. Acts 2 verse 5, just to make the point of it was Israelites that was scattered in all these other lands. That was the ones that was referred to as Gentiles, idiots. And it says what? Acts 2 and 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. Now this was noise abroad when the multitude came together. They were confounded because that they heard every man, they heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans, meaning Hebrew? And how we hear every man in our own tongue wherein we were born. So these was Israelites that was born, Salakia. These were Israelites that was born in these other nations. And they will be referred to as Gentiles. Why can't these people get it? You're rooting for your damn enemies. I want revenge. I don't want no damn heathens to be. Hey, yokes of iron was put on our neck. Yokes of iron go be put on theirs. So you telling me in the kingdom of heaven, in the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua on earth, you gonna have some Edomites that's gonna be slaves and the other Edomites not? Fucking idiot.
Because they believe that non-Israelites cannot be saved. Any example in the Bible which describes someone who is clearly not an Israelite has to be forced into this category of an Israelite who was basically scattered around the world. And the sad thing about this is it.
And look at this dude. This dude, he look like he loses sleep at night. He got black rings around his eyes. The dude clearly he ain't sleeping right. He got demons on him. Look at him. Don't he look like he got demons on him? Man, man. Through. So I guess this scripture don't apply to them. They just go escape from this. This don't apply to them. Or rather he can say that, oh, that already happened. Let's read this. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And what he says, and every one of them, what did he say? Some of them? No, he said every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So some of them, that's not going to happen? Oh, that already happened? This dude is a complete fucking idiot. Let's get another one just on this. Let's go. Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end of dealing treacherously, Slakia, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. What is so hard to understand? That these people are going into captivity. And if you're going into captivity, that means ain't no salvation for you. You should be worried about yourself. You should be trying to do the things to receive salvation and not worrying about those that's not. Man, I'm tired of these coons, man.
This is when these people are described clearly as true Gentiles. In Matthew chapter 8, we get another big blow to these false teachings by Hebrew Israelites. And this is when Jesus interacts.
Now, what is he? What is he? Is he not an Israelite? Well, from me looking at him, well, hey, looks can be deceiving sometimes, but from me looking at him, I would say the brother from the tribe of Judah, man. I would say he's a Hebrew Israelite, and his respective tribe is the tribe of Judah. What's his problem?
With a non-Israelite centurion. What we basically see when you read the text is Jesus says quite clearly, he hasn't seen faith like this, not in the whole of Israel. So if he hasn't seen faith like this...
Let's read it, because he quoting it, and let's read that. Matthew 8. And let me see. Well, I'll start at 8. Matter of fact, nah. I'll start from 5. And when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him. And immediately, that's what's wrong with our people. Soon as they see a centurion, what is a Edomite coming to a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, somebody that don't even look like him, that's not of his nation? What would he be coming to Yahushua for? What would he be coming to? Do you see any motherfucking Edomites coming to you for your motherfucking help right now? So why would an Edomite, back then, ain't nothing new under the sun? Why would an Edomite, if they ain't even coming to you right now saying, oh, can you help me? Please, can you help me? So why would he do that then? Why would they do that then? Why would an Edomite centurion be going to Yahushua and saying, help me, help, can you help, can you help? Are you serious? This dude is a fucking idiot, man. Let's continue reading. Matthew 8 and verse 6. And said, Lord, my servant. Now you mean to tell me some centurion, Edomite heathen, gonna be calling Mashiach Lord? Are you serious? So that Edomite centurion walked up to Mashiach and said, Master, my servant lieth at home, sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. So you telling me an Edomite walked up to Yahushua and said, called him master? You are a dummy. Because that's what that word Lord means. It goes into that. It goes into you acknowledging that somebody is above you. Matter of fact, let me just punch it up on my phone. Let me punch that up real quick. I mean, a complete fucking idiot, man. Just can't tell shit, man. Let's go into that real quick. It says what? What does it say right here on my laptop? Kyrios. Korios. And what does it say pertaining to that? It says, he to whom a person or things belongs. Matter of fact, bear with me. Let me pull that up. Let's go back to that. Like I said, why would a heathen be saying to calling Mashiach master? Let's get it. Let's pull it up and prove it. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, these dumb motherfuckers, man. Let's pull it up just to prove it. What it says.
Strong's G 2962. Kurios.
Let's go into that, Lord. What does it say? It says, he to whom a person or thing belongs. So you telling me an Edomite belongs to Yahushua. Let's continue. About which he has power of deciding. Master, Lord. So you telling me an Edomite walked up to Yahushua and said, Master, Master. Oh, man. The possessor, a disposer of a thing, the owner, one who has control of the person, the master in the state, the sovereign prince, chief of the Roman Empire. It says, is a title of honor expressive of respect and reverence, with which servants greet their master. So that tell you who is the servant. It says which servants greet their master. This title is given to power, the Messiah. So you mean to tell me some Edomite walked up to Mashiach and called him master? Man, you dumb. You a dummy, man. You're clearly a dumbass. Clearly you're a dumbass. Clearly. Slakia. Clearly he's a dumbass. Let's play some more.
Sins the whole of Israel. That means the person is not an Israelite, right? The best thing they're going to be able to say is, no, this was an Israelite, but this was someone who was scattered. He was not a non.
Don't know nothing. Just you hate your own motherfucking people so much. Man. Now, what it was saying. Now, let's let his ass talk some more. Idiot.
Israelite centurion. Jesus clearly rebuts that by what he says next. Jesus goes on to say that the children of the kingdom, i.e. the Israelites, will basically be thrust out and people will come from the east and the west to ultimately worship.
Now, what was that talking about? If he knew what it was talking about, shouldn't you go into the scriptures to find out what that's talking about instead of just running your mouth? Let's read that. Matthew 8 and 11. And I say unto you, many shall come from the east and from the west. But hold on. First, let me address this. He said what? For 9, Matthew 8 and verse 9. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he go, and to another, come, and he cometh. And to my servant, do this, and he doeth. That was the faith when Mashiach said at 10. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said unto them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. What was he talking about? He was talking about the obedience. He was talking about how that man said he could say to his servants, go and do this, and they go and do that, and come back and come, and they come. He was saying, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had, Israelites said when I told them to go do something, they come back and do it. That's what he was talking about. This dude's a fucking dummy, man. Let's go to the other point. Matthew 8 and verse 11. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. What is he talking about? Let's go. Before I go to 12, Matthew 8 and 12, let's get there. Let's go to the precept for that. Let's go to it. When he said, many shall come from the east unto the west. Let's go and find out who is that, because he's making it seem as if those are heathens that's going to be coming from the east to the west. Let's go to what it's talking about. Baruch 4, and I'm going to start at 36 and 37. And I'm going to jump down to 5. Why? For a precept must be a precept, line upon line, line upon line. Isaiah 28 and verse, what's that, 10? Those are the instructions. So Baruch 4 and 36 and 37. O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh. So who is those that's coming? He said his sons, Israelites. Let's jump down. Baruch 5 and 5. Arise, O Yasharal, and stand on high. and look about thee towards the east, and behold thy children that cometh from the west unto the east, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of Yahweh. Why? Because what Yahweh say, if they shall remember themselves and make supplication unto me in the land which carried them captive, saying, we have done perversely. And who was that talking about? Israelites, you idiot. Baruch 6:6. For they departed from thee on foot, and were led away of their enemies. But Yahweh bringeth them unto thee exalted with glory, as children of the kingdom. So who is those that's coming? What did he say? Go back to it. Matthew 8:11. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Meaning it's talking about the kingdom of heaven that's going to be on earth. Now let's go to 12. Matthew 8:12. But the children of the kingdom, what did he say? And he said that, yeah, these supposed Israelites that's going to be cast out. What did it say? Matthew 8:12. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now I'm going to go into this and I'm going to end it off because it's already at 30-some minutes. And I don't want the thing just to stop on me. But what is it talking about? Why? Who are the children of the kingdom? Israelites. It ain't say no heathens are the children of the kingdom. It's Israelites. Now, why are these Israelites going to be cast out into outer darkness? Let's get it. Let's go to Matthew 13 and verse 47. And he says what? Go back to 8. What it says, they going to be cast, and it's going to be what? They will be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Matthew 13 and 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into the vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth, and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Bottom line, why is it going to be wailing and gnashing of teeth? Let's read one more, and I'm going to end it off, because he don't understand nothing. Mashiach spoke in parables, and this idiot don't understand the parables. I'm going to start at, I start at 8, Matthew 22 and verse 8, and I'm going to read it all to 13. Then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Now who's bidden to the wedding? Israelites, not heathens. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. It's talking about of Israelites. And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. What is that talking about? That man did not repent. He wasn't clean. He didn't change. He stayed the same. He stayed filthy. He was considered as one of those bad. And what is going to happen? This is one of the bads that's going to be what? Cast out. The good is going to be gathered into the vessel. What? For salvation. The bad is going to be discarded. And what it says, 12. And he said unto him, Friend, how comest thou in here not having the wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servant, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It ain't said that ain't no heathen. That's an Israelite that's going to be one that did repent. So this idiot need to be worrying about himself and stop worrying about if the heathens go get salvation, which they're not. They've been put down like wild dogs, and the rest of them is going into captivity. Period. And if you don't want to be this guy that's going to be cast out into outer darkness, you better get your shit together and repent, coon. Shalom, Yasharala.